So, my name is Victoria Stagnaro. Everybody calls me Vicky. Um, I was born in Argentina, but I currently live in Charlottesville. I go to Albemarle High School, and I'm going into my junior year next year. So,
Very good. Very good. And what are you doing with your summer?
well, other than being here, it was
Well, yeah, just in general.
in general.
Yeah.
Well, I was really looking forward to this trip because before this, I was just sort of sitting around, watching reruns on TV and things like that, or getting together with my friends like sporadically throughout the summer.
Uh-huh.
But it wasn't like a set thing, so I felt like most of the summer I was just sitting there at home.
Right.
And this is really good because I really needed to get out.
Got you. Have you ever done a trip like this?
No, this is the first time that I've gone like canoeing down the river or been camping for more than 2 nights.
Got you. Got you. How did you know you were gonna like it, or were you like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this?
Oh yeah, I was definitely worried about like the toilet issue and the no running water, all that. But it's actually great. I'm really loving this trip, and I just wish we didn't have to leave so soon.
Why is it, when you say it's actually great, why do you think that is, or why is it great to you?
Well, because there's definitely some great people in this trip. I've made lots of new friends, lots of people there's even kids that went to my school who I didn't know, and so that's cool because I could probably keep up a relationship with them. And there's always like other ways to keep in contact with the people that I meet here. And there's also like troop leaders are great, of course.
You're right.
Yeah, and just like I thought, we would be eating camp food every night. And the food we have is actually fantastic, or the throne is like, it's great. It's probably the highlight of my trip. But but it's just so much fun being out there on the water canoeing that it just makes you forget everything else.
Cool. So, what has been your most joyful moments thus far on the trip?
Ooh, well, let's see. We had that arm wrestling contest yesterday. It was pretty intense. I feel like
She had to bring it up.
yeah. But I feel like when you do that sort of things that friends do, you just get closer to the people on the trip, and that's a lot of fun. I really liked just general canoeing is great. I thought I would be exhausted by every night, and I am exhausted, but it's a kind of like satisfying exhaustion. You're just like, yes.
Yeah.
I did something today.
Yeah, I know that feeling. It's good. Tell me about something that has surprised you out here.
Surprised me.
Yeah.
Well, that like I learned.
Sure.
Because I didn't know anything about the bateaux and how they carried up the like produce.
Mhm.
I don't even know what I thought. I just had never thought about it, and the fact that they had so many. They were able to make like 90 feet long canoes and just like pull them up the river. That's pretty amazing. And the fact that, and all those floods that we were looking at where the river just went, like when like Hurricane Camille and Agnes, I think it was, how the river got so flooded. It covered a bunch of the cities and everything, and bunch of bridges were destroyed. And right now you can't imagine it because the river still looks so calm, but I can't imagine it ever being that high,
Mm-hmm. Why do you think the river, we've talked to a lot of different people on the trip, like that aren't on the trip with us, why do you think the river is important to people that we've talked to thus far?
Well, it is in like its essence our founding river, This is where Jamestown was like settled in the first place. But also because it's the watershed for so many people. Like a lot of people get water, all the little tributaries that drain into this. A lot of people get water from it. It has like a huge history, and it's still used for recreation and stuff, but people aren't taking care of it properly. So we definitely need to make sure that we keep it clean so that in the future it's not like some wasteland sewage water that we're dumping into our favorite river. my favorite.
Could you see the James becoming your favorite river?
Yeah, well, right now it definitely, I think it's ranks way up there.
Cool. So why do you think the James, if you can, which is hard to do this at your age, I think, but think about your whole life from when you get older and stuff. Why do you think a river like the James could be important to you, like for your whole life?
Whole life?
Yeah, not necessarily the James, but any natural resource like the James. How would you like to use a river like the James for the rest of your life? Or not? Do you ever imagine coming back to the James? Let's keep it simple. Would you ever imagine coming back to the James?
I would imagine coming back to the James.
Describe, paint a picture for me. If you, on your own time, came back to the James, who would you bring and what would you do?
Well, my dad has a canoe, and he was really, really looking forward to this trip. And I think he thought that I could bring him along. He asked me that. That was the first thing he said when I told him about this trip. He was like, "Can you bring parents?" So probably next time I would bring him and the rest of my mom and my brother too, because I want them to see what it was like. I actually also wanted to bring a bunch of my friends who said that I was totally gonna die on this trip, because oh no, how could I live without running water? All those bugs, there's no way. But this river is so beautiful that I think that once you're out here and you see it, you just forget all the other things. It's just amazing.
What would you like to see happen to this river in the future?
I wish people would take care of it more, definitely. While we were canoeing down, we could see a bunch of cans at the bottom of the river and tires. How do you get a tire down into the river and just leave it there, It's ridiculous. So people definitely need to start taking care of it more, just because, it is our river.